Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from.
You was around they present. Did that ever come across you like, look where I'm at now?
At the moment, it was nothing big to me. I know they was major now. I ain't gonna act like I didn't know their status, you know what I'm saying? But, we was doing our thing too, but not to compare to them, you know what I'm saying?
I got
when
you.
They came to the music, they was like, shit, the cream of the crop. Them and the Fugees was hot too, and we were rocking with them because you got to remember that the Score album went diamond.
It did. Wyclef, yeah, with Wyclef.
Yeah, Fuji. We even opening up doing shows for them. So really everything that was hot coming to Miami, they was getting good reports on us from radio personnel, promoters, you know what I'm saying, females in the strip club, the whole city, we had it on smash.
And this is the same band of brothers that were, once being laughed at, being called HBO, the Haitian Body Order, and now you all are like making, as they call it now, the motion. Y'all got the wave now.
Definite. Yeah. We took that and put the spin on it, you know what I'm saying? We embraced it. It's something like, how would I say, you know what I'm saying? I won't say take a negative and make it to a part, but more like, having the oppressors having a whole different look on us, outlook on us, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, boy, these niggas, you know what I'm saying? Or these brothers, you know what I'm saying? They hip, you know what I'm saying? Them boys on beat, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So definitely was vibing, you know what I'm saying? And everybody went to rocking with it and, connecting with us, you know what I'm saying? Even brothers in our hood.
So
as far as when I say hood, meaning Miami.
Right.
Throughout every part of it.
So give us your highest moment, the highest of high you felt that you had peak in the entertainment industry as far as music. When did you get that breath of fresh air and like, we doing it, we here?
I'll say like 99, 98, with Cash Money, Wyclef, you know what I'm saying? And, labels coming at us. And we doing our music, you know what I'm saying? We hot in the street too, you know what I'm saying? All in the club, strip club, we pulling up, performing wherever we going. We pretty much had the wave. If we had a club, you know what I'm saying? Traffic coming that way. You know
what strip clubs y'all were going to? What clubs y'all was going to?
Shit, the hottest of the hottest. Rolex, Coco's in my area, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, we there. You know what I'm saying? All the hot spots, we there. You know what I'm saying? And we relevant. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
now, you still hustling at this time?
Yeah, I was still hustling. I was trying to make it out. Now I'm trying to get this record deal. I'm trying to wiggle out the game. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah, I got 1 foot in.
1 foot out.
Yeah, 1 foot out. I'm trying to wiggle. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. But my aim is to get out the game.
And at that time, it's music.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here in front like, oh, yeah, I love this gangster life, or I love this street life, or I love this, because I know how this shit going to end. You know what I'm saying? I know how this shit going to end. It ain't no secret. I know how it's going to end. It's either a life sentence or a death penalty, you know what I'm saying? Or get killed. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want no parts of that. I like to win.
Okay.
You know
so
I don't want to lose.
In that aspect, did that ever happen? Like, did you see brothers die? Did you see any of your... Because, we didn't talk about any of this yet.
I lost more than I gained. That's why, I definitely want to get the message to the youth. That's why when I hit the bricks, whenever I get back out on the street, my aim and my goal is to go to juvenile detention centers around the United States, halfway house, group homes, state school, and connect with the youngins. Because who better than us to reach them? You know what I'm saying? Can't no lawyer, can't no judge, can't no detective, can't no prosecutor
relate.
Reach the youth.
Yeah, they can't relate.
You know what I'm saying? We came from that struggle. We could relate. We could connect. You know what I'm saying? So that's my aim, man. And I keep it raw with them. I ain't here to boo you up, scare you up, and you know what I'm saying. But you're gonna lose more than you gain. You know what I'm saying? There's very few that wiggle through the cracks and win. You know, I'm getting it to you raw, but the odds against you. And I'm gonna say about 95 to 98% lose. You know what I'm saying?
99.5% you're gonna lose.
Yeah, you're gonna lose.
More than you win.
Why do I wanna
play that game?
With the odds.
Play that game.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So you don't bear.
If I knew what I know now, I would have picked a different profession. You know what I'm saying? I would have. You know what I'm saying?
Left it alone.
It wouldn't have been the street. You know, I would have had to figure it out. Going through school, college. You know, it's better off to be green. You know what I'm saying? And still be out there.
Powerful.
Still, you know, yeah.
Powerful.
You lose a lot.
So let me ask you this: how many brothers did you bury? How many brothers did you see? I'm talking about when you're out. How many brothers did you bury? How many brothers did you see go to jail?
Man, it was like a funeral. Shit, I ain't gonna say every week. Shit, every other week, every month. You know what I'm saying? Funeral. You know, that's all we doing, going to funeral.
And we're talking about between the ages of what?
I'm gonna say really started with me. Funerals and things of that sort, I'm gonna say around the age couple, but I was locked up. I'm gonna say around 14 squads. Yeah, 14, 13. I think that's when it all started. Yeah, like 12, 13, 14 funerals.
And these are people you know.
All the way up until I got incarcerated. And even after being incarcerated, I'm making calls on funerals. Brother still dying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so you're going to lose more. You know what I'm saying? And just getting it to you raw uncut. Now, if you want to play and you want to jump in the game and fuck with it and rock with it, I'm just letting you know what to expect out of it. You know what I'm saying? Your man's, who you call your man's, going to be the one to flip on you. You know what I'm saying? Your man's, who you call your man's, might be the one to put the one in your head, you know what I'm saying? The game dirty, you know what I'm saying? Well, why you doing a stretch? The man who you call your man might be laying up with your so-called wife. You know what I'm saying? The game dirty, man. You gonna lose more than you gain. You know what I'm saying? That's why, I don't want no parts of it. You know what I'm saying? Ever again.
I don't think nobody want parts. I don't think nobody, when they really understand it, want parts of that. Unless you just like pain or just like suffering.
And still want to put on this gangster persona, but the real gangsters,
we know.
The real gangsters,
we know.
Like me, you know what I'm saying? JC, Bub, they come from up under their situation. Larry Hoover, and they know that.
Yeah.
Like with Hoover, Pistol P, all these brothers, you know what I'm saying? That's doing Supreme, all of them. We could go on and on and on. When them brothers get out, I guarantee you, they would not put themselves in a situation to where you will put handcuffs on their wrist ever again. I guarantee you that. You know what I'm saying? And they know that. But what it is, what they afraid more and fear is the influence. Look at Martin Luther King. He was a peaceful man with peace, preaching peace. If there's any blood be shed, let it be our blood. But due to the fact this man had influence, he's a threat. You know what I'm saying? So influence gonna always put you in the bracket of being a threat to the government.
It's crazy. The irony you just said this, because I always tell people that I consider some of y'all modern day political prisoners. That they just kidnap you and they're just holding y'all against y'all will, because they don't want y'all to be part of this community because of the influence. Because I'm not gonna lie, you had a major influence on me during my stretch, and everything we spoke about. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing now. You know, we spoke about it, and you used to tell me, man, listen, man, the streets left no one. You know, just and when you was talking about individuals that portray to want this life, we know who they are, because late nights when they put them in that when they finally get caught or get put in a cell by themselves and have to face their demons, they lose their mind. They in the cell yelling. Yelling. They want out. But this what came with this life. So why you out your body now? Why you out of character now? This what you wanted? They got a place. I like to tell people, they got it. You want to play this role, you want to play this game, they got a place for you. And it's two places. It's in the penal system or in that graveyard. Because you're going to lose.
Ain't no duck. You ain't ducking that.
You're going to lose.
You're going to lose more than the game.
Man, I just heard a phrase. I just heard a phrase yesterday, and I'm talking about it humored me. It was a dark sense of humor. He said, we was talking because, you know, and shout out to Buddy, man. You know what I'm talking about, Buddy. But he told me, man, he like, can't win, man. I'm like, what you mean can't win? He said, when you got motion, the feds want you. And when you broke, these niggas want to kill you. I said, damn, boy, ain't that some shit?
Yeah.
So why would you want to participate in a game when you know you're going to lose?
Gonna lose.
When there's so much more opportunities.
If I knew what I know now, there's no way I'll be, you know what I'm saying, dancing to this beat, you know what I'm saying, or
be where you at right now, because you are very intellectual, man. When I mean, like you said, not just your history, you know, you don't just know, you don't just know music. Yeah, you don't know, but
how you got out, because you came from up under a serious situation.
Right.
It wasn't no lightweight, no cakewalk in the park.
Right.
You know, they talking about the death penalty with you. You know what I'm saying? I sat there and watched you.
Right.
You know, didn't break you, JC, Z,
right.
16,
right.
Bird, all y'all. You know what I'm saying? The ones that stayed solid between y'all.
Right,
you know
right.
Y'all ain't been break away. You know what I'm saying? Y'all stood firm and fought the coup. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all innocent, or you know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Yeah, the bullshit that's going on with the system. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But let me bring it to you though. As far as you, not just that, you know music, you know, like you said, you know the history, man. You know, it ain't just happened to you first, it ain't just happened to me first. We could go to the Fred Hamptons, we could go to the Bobby Seals, we could go to George Jackson, we could go to Geronimo Pratt, we could go to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it been going on, and it's like, but today,
Malcolm X family suing now. You know what I'm saying? Come to find out, the government had their hands in it. NYPD had their hands in it. Everybody had their hands in his assassination. They even locked his security up, from what I'm hearing. You know what I'm saying? Locked his security up
so he could get killed.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, get the security out the way. You know what I'm saying? It was all planned and plotted. You know what I'm saying? This the type of shit we deal with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
So I'm out here now. What I realize, and you see, this is the part you don't see. What I see, a lot of these youth don't know their history. A lot of these youth are misguided. They're more lost than when we thought we were lost. They're lost than we were at that age.
Yeah.
You know,
they only see the glamour and the glitter, and you gotta understand, B-boy, the ones who giving them the game, you gotta understand.
That's why I brought this up. That's why. Listen, you follow me. Go ahead. The one that's giving the game.
Majority of us who stood solid
are incarcerated.
We was taken away.
We're incarcerated.
So we can't get the young as the game.
So who's giving them the game,
man? The ones who getting back out there is the ones rapping. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people saying, oh, if you ain't do nothing, he wouldn't have nothing to rat on your box. Let me tell you something about this system. This man here, say the rat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna label him that, the rat.
Yeah.
You could be the shooter, the mass murderer. Look at Kill Bill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You killing all these people, right?
But now you telling.
Yeah, you know, and you telling, and the state going in the cup with you, working deals out, but they don't even tell you.
Family that you was involved.
That you admitted.
You was involved in a mass
closure. Never get justice.
Let's talk about Bill. What you just said. His name is William. I can't recall his name right now, but out of open lock.
Yeah,
he was involved in a mass murder that he confessed to. This is not something we were talking about. He confessed to, and he became a cooperator or a snitch, as we call it.
Yeah.
And he implicated others in murders that were convicted, but they never told the family of the victims that he murdered.
4, 5 murders.
That he murdered.
They just swept it under the rug. Don't charge him with it, none of that. And he confessed to it. So the family don't get close. You know, this why, when we were chopping it up, B-boy, with the rat and shit, like how we say this shit go way back from slavery.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The house nigga.
Negroes, you know, they was rats. You know what I'm saying? From the Black Panther Party, I mean, infiltrated. They always send these rats, you know what I'm saying? And it's really a form of genocide, because what they doing is planting these rats, getting these rats to come in,
destroy families.
Yeah, exactly. Remove us from our nieces, our nephew, our kids, grandkids, you know what I'm saying? Moving mamas and daddy.
And what people don't understand, when we say rats, and people think just because he's a rat doesn't mean necessarily he's always telling the truth also. We're talking about people that have compromised their integrity, their morals, their principles, and now they're going out here to strip black men from their families.
That's what they do. Like, say, for example, I'm going to use me. Say, for example, if I'm willing to cooperate,
right,
B-boy, I'm the one who's doing all the killing.
Right.
I'm willing to cooperate, but they come to you and trying to get you to flip me, but you ain't try. You say, nah, man, I'm going to try. You know you innocent. You know you ain't doing these killings.
Right.
But just because you don't want to cooperate, so now they come back to me, the mass murderer.
And say, you know and want you to cooperate.
Deals on the table for me to flip you and put you as the one who did all the murder that I did.
Because they're trying to put a face to the conviction of the crime.
At the end of the day, the pressure is on the prosecutor. Motherfuckers trying to get a raise, want to become an elected.
They just trying to close a case.
Become a judge. Exactly. So when somebody died, it's a cold case. They don't care who they pin it on, as long as the people look like me and you. As long as it's minorities, they don't care who they pin it on. Just get this case closed. Especially if it's a high-profile case and there's a lot of heat and a lot of pressure coming at them. They got to do what they got to do, and whoever got to get sacrificed going to get sacrificed. That's the way the game goes. So people need to understand the way the system works. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm more on the no snitch, because this
it do more harm than good, no matter how you see it. And it does more harm than good in any way.
And listen, people, if see, when we have the mindset of no snitching, right? If we preventing crimes from happening, there'll be nobody to snitch on, right?
Right.
So people prevent side.
Right.
Okay, after
it won't be no disloyalty. Yeah, it won't be no disloyalty. It won't be no, like I say, snitching is, and I hate to say it, man, like, when I seen these dudes come and take the stand on, man, these were brothers I once loved. I would do anything for. And it's like, at times they were put in compromised situations where they probably didn't want to do it, but they did it because they wanted their freedom. And they threw me under the gun. And it's just what you just saying. If there were no snitching, it would be no compromising dudes' integrity or morals or principle, or dudes being manipulated. Because some people don't even want to do it, and they were manipulated.
Yeah, because we seen what Pons Amp and them did with Bub case,
right?
Y'all case,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
And shout out to Michelle. Shout out to Michelle Borshoe, man, for exposing the state attorney office. Yeah, shout out to her, man, for exposing what's going on with the state attorney office.
Yeah, we seen with these, you know what I'm saying, getting in cahoots, trying to get these informants together to, you know what I'm saying, concoct some
story, fabricate stories.
Try to get all y'all on the rep y'all together. I need y'all to get the story together. This the shit they doing. You know, so this is what's going on with Miami-Dade prosecutor office. Catherine Fernandez behind it. You know what I'm saying? But she act like she don't know what the fuck going on. You know what I'm saying? That's the way the shit roll. Yeah, that's the way the game go. It is dirty, man. And that's why I tell brothers, man, you have no win.
No win.
You know what I'm saying?
No win.
No win.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
Why do you think?
This ain't the game.
But why do you think this is not prevalent? When I mean prevalent, why do you don't hear this more of in the white communities?
Far as what, like
the yeah, like. Because I was telling someone the other day, you barely see Caucasians incarcerated, but they do as much crimes as blacks. And everything that you say you were involved with as a youth, don't listen, them white people did as much crimes as you did in their youth. If not more. Them white people do as much drugs as we do, if not more. I like to compare, like I tell people, so your band of brothers, Zoe Pound, was Zoe Pound. But in colleges or when these kids grow up, they have sororities. That's a band of brothers. They have
fraternity.
fraternities and whatnot. You know, that's a band of brothers. So I'm like, what's the difference? And they help one another excel in life.
Yeah.
And if we want to talk about the other side of it, they do as much drugs. Listen, if you send the police right now to a dorm right now, they're gonna find probably half a key of cocaine right there on the table. They snort as much dope. Them kids snort as much dope as black dudes, or even more as blacks in our community. And that's a proven fact. But they don't want to talk about that.
Like we were saying with Von Zamp, them, right? You got the prosecutor, judges, all these people who in cahoots. Okay, if you committing a crime and y'all all in cahoots, we supposed to see a RICO charge, right?
Ain't no RICO.
What I never understood, that's just like seeing a police officer. I feel like one who know the law
should be penalized harsher than the one that don't know the law.
100 times worse than us.
And
you know the law and you playing with it.
And back to who you said about Captain Runda, and she could hear me. She could listen to what I'm saying. Cause I'm not doing nothing out here, and she hear me very loud. She can hear me very loud and clear. You're saying that you don't know what your constituents or your coworkers or your understaff is doing, but you're charging people for leader positions when they don't know what their underlings is doing.
Exactly.
But you're charging them as the head of the RICO.
So you, in reality, you supposed to go down with Fonzell.
But that's not happening because she plays like she don't know. So let's jump on this. You know, because we're jumping on the hypocrite.
You know why it's not happening?
Talk to him.
Because Captain Fernandez has the power to decide who gets charged, and prosecutors should not have that power. They need a neutral, you know what I'm saying? Someone in the middle between a defense attorney and a prosecutor to decide who gets charged. But prosecutors should not, you know what I'm saying? I understand probably with capital, you know what I'm saying, grand jury, but other than that, with mostly other cases, prosecutors decide whether to file charge or not. You know what I'm saying? And that's too much power, and they'll never file charge against one of theirs.
So this is the hypocrisy. It's like what you just said. I'm finna go to the hypocrisy and it's like I was telling you the other day. It's funny how they would charge black men for having guns for felons, but now you have a president who is a felon that has access to the button, which is the nuclear bomb, which is the highest weapon of all.
That's scary.
But you got how many black Africans, how many of us incarcerated, black Americans incarcerated in prison for that same position Donald Trump has right now, who are doing life sentences, a felon with a gun. But here he is with a president, a felon with a nuclear weapon. make it make sense. Or as my brother, I know you hear me, Marcus Clark out of Texas, man. I love you, brother. I know you listening to this podcast. Man, my man did 25 years for smuggling in weed. 25 years. Never touched a gun, never touched anything. He did 25 years for smuggling weed that is not legalized in the United States. Do y'all hear this? These are times they handing out to people for being hypocrites. But you can't, like I said, you can't give 20 years back. Can't give 30 years back. You can't give 15. You can't give a year back.
No, ain't no getting that time back. But you can't get what you lost.
And that come with the hypocrisy. I like to say the hypocrisy of America. And so in your situation, when did you finally do some time? So not this the incarceration you're doing now. When did you have a major charge that you were facing prior to this one?
I probably did more time as a juvenile. I know I was gone for like 2 years. One time going from halfway house, violating, back to juvenile detention center, group home, violate, back to juvenile detention center, the state school. I was gone for like 2 years. That's when I probably did more time than prior to this issue.
Wow.
No, this, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And your instance, okay, so prior to you falling on this case that you're on now, what were you doing the year or the 2 years prior to this incarceration on the streets?
Shit, man, music, doing a lot of positive things, man. We did Turkey Drive, we did the Christmas Drive, we did the Back to School drive. You know, we took care of our community.
You
know
did.
What I'm saying? That's why I'm still loved in my community.
You did.
Know what I'm saying? Yeah, I could go back to my community, even though I won't be back on them blocks and on them streets. If ever I come back to Little Haiti, it'll be for them 3 reasons.
Right.
Turkey Drive, Christmas Drive, and Back to School.
A passion you always had. A passion you always had.
Exactly. So that's where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely, I was still in the streets. Ain't no secrets. I ain't gonna sit here in front, but I'm not who they say I am. I'm definitely not that monster or that animal or that, menace, that you, make me out to be. You know what I'm saying? I'm far from that. No prosecutor could ever say they sat down and had a conversation with me. No judge could ever say they sat down and had a conversation with me. No police officer could say they sat down and have a conversation with me. So I'm wondering, how did they determine all this? That's just like if I go in they present right now, you know what they going to look at, people? They going to look at my priors 20-something years from when I got incarcerated on this and make an assessment.
Off paperwork. Off paperwork.
They're not going to find out what have he been doing in DOC. What have he been doing? They're not going to tap in with DOC and the gang SARS and try to find out, even though it'd be a lot of bullshit going on in here and motherfuckers fabricating shit, but you ask anybody, I'm more for the people.
Man, listen, I could boldly and loudly say I am one of your proteges. I am one of the ones that you worked on. So I am an extension of what they need to see or what they need to hear about.
Most definitely.
So if
I'm so proud of you, man.
Man, appreciate it, man.
Really proud of you.
Appreciate it, man. And
keep doing what you're doing and stay the course, man.
And you keep
off it for nothing.
And like I said, you keep your faith, because you soon be here. You soon because there's a lot of brothers, man. I just been interviewing a lot of brothers that I know who are coming home because they're in the feds. They got something called a compassion. Is a compassion plea where they're not admitting that they were wrong, but they're letting these dudes out because they gave them long tenured sentence, and they're saying that on good behavior, okay, we're gonna let you on. After sentencing these dudes to probably 30, 40, 50, 60 years or whatnot, letting dudes come home 20 years later. But at least they're home, and I'm happy that they're home. But it's like America would never admit that they're wrong. Like, so I just asked someone, I was like, is a life sentence even appropriate? You're talking about second chances. Like, there's no rehabilitation in prison. You have to rehabilitate yourself.
I agree.
Because of who you are and because of my situation, you was in solitary confinement for how long?
5 years.
You was 5 years because of who they say you were, and they placed you somewhere where there was no rehabilitating there. There was no church. There was no school. There was nothing. You had to educate yourself. And if it wasn't for the support system that you have on the street, we don't know what.
Most definitely.
So shout out to your family for in the community, for the ones that been there for you, for being there for you. And I ask them that they continue to be there. Because like I said, man, sometimes, man, what we hold on to is the loved ones out there. Sometimes the fight don't even be about us no more. The fight be for them.
Yeah, definitely. Every move we make, they the ones we think of first. You feel me? Mom, dude, nieces, nephew, our kids. You know what I'm saying? We think of them. Because you gotta understand, when you doing the script, they doing it with you. You know what I'm saying? Any little suffering, any little you go through, they going through it.
So me and you share something, because you just said Mom Deuce. I don't know if I told you, but during my last year, right before I came home, I lost three pillars in my life. I lost my dad, I lost my mom, and I lost my brother.
Yeah.
And I know you went through that. Yeah, and I know you went through that also. You lost your brother and your mom. Explain. Now I say,
Mom do still alive.
Okay.
Mom do still pushing.
Okay.
But yeah, my brother, my pop.
Yeah, excuse me, not your mother, your pops, not your mother, your pops.
You know, I lost a lot in here.
Yeah, and that's what I want the youth to understand. They need to hear this. They need to hear these are loved ones that you were not there to help bury.
Yeah, you can't. They won't even allow you to go to the funeral.
How did you cope with those pain? How did you cope with that?
Man, God just gave me the strength. Just
Wow.
being honest, God and the support system. You know what I'm saying? Without that, man, you subject to lose it anyhow. Yeah.
I know that pain. I know that pain very well, like you said. God played a very intricate part in your life while in there.
Definitely.
Because I know you fast. You do a lot. You do a lot. You read the scriptures.
Yeah, most definitely.
A God-fearing man. Something the state probably wouldn't even know. Something the prosecutors probably don't even know.
Yeah, they let them tell it. You know, I probably worship
worship the devil. Don't know that you're a man that submit to God, that sacrifice, and all you want is peace and tranquility amongst all of us. Because to my knowledge, you were saying Zoe Pound is all about unity because it's all cultures that was in this group.
Yeah. American, Bahamian, Jamaican, you had them all. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this. What's the state of Zoe Pound now?
Oh, man, you probably know better than me, man. It's
Nah, without getting into the politics, you know, but that's like with any other camp, though. It's like with any other camp.
It's sad to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just sad, you know. We all grown up.
Right.
You know, you would have hoped, okay, brothers came back from doing the scratch. You know, it would have been so beautiful, man, to have, you know, all the members that's still alive on one platform on a podcast, you know, where people could see them and see them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It would have been so beautiful, man, but, you know.
Life.
Life.
It's called life.
Yeah, life.
Yeah, it's called life, man.
It's sad, though, you know. You know, some of these brothers probably get on these social platforms and you know, they talk about the youngins, the way the youngins, you know, doing shit that, you know, wasn't going on back in their days, but they doing the same thing. You get on here, you beefing with, you know what I'm saying, a brother you probably went back with or growed up with or throwing shades or, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, yeah, you know, trying to diss them or disrespect them or, you know what I'm saying, or even I done even heard it went as far as, you know, on some of the brothers, niggas throwing allegations, calling niggas rats when they ain't even ratted and you ain't never showed no
paperwork.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, man. You know, I just sit back and watch the show, man. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's sad, though. You know what I'm saying? It's sad.
I just call it life, and it shows that, like you said, you're gonna take L's. You're gonna take L's, and sometimes we play the game that we ain't know. Like you said, 99.5% we're gonna lose.
Yeah, but I couldn't see this coming, man. We were some raw young niggas, man, and to see it come to this level, and especially because you gotta understand Zoe Pound and why I rep that flag. I don't just rep that flag because it rep Haiti. That's one reason. But my main reason I rep that flag because what's quoted on there, La Union fait la force. You feel me? Unity is strength. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I would always wanted to see it unified. You know what I'm saying? That's what the movement was about. And when brothers come out on these platforms and show, you know what I'm saying, otherwise, you know, contrary to that, you know, is like, damn, bro, I mean, you know, you never was standing on, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't feel like force. You couldn't have been standing on that. You know what I'm saying? If you standing on that,
you would never pivot.
Even if I have a problem,
you would
with my
never
brother,
pivot.
Especially if he never ratted. Even if I had a problem with my brother, I'm definitely not going on the air and air you out and try to diss you or, you know what I'm saying, on some sucker shit. But, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You got to take the game for what it is. And like they say, when a person show you who they are, you got to accept them exactly for that. You know what I'm saying? Not what you want them to be. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So you think, like you said, you didn't see this coming. So this came with this incarceration, this bid that you're doing?
Yeah, definitely. Throughout the bid is when it all, you know what I'm saying? I seen the underhand shit.
So let's clear the air up on this here. These books, these books or these movies, these documentary. Can you clear the air as to what documentary you participated in, or what movie you participated in, and what you did not participate in? So these stories don't get taken for what they are, so people can know what you actually had your hands in.
Yeah, I didn't hear the last part.
So the audience and viewers could actually know what did you actually partake in as far as documentaries or movies that are, because we hear Zoe Pound and Bad Boys. Did you have anything to do? Were you
we ain't have
okay? They have a Zoe Pound book. Did you have any input in this book?
Nah, that was written by imposter.
Okay, that's why we clearing it up now.
Yeah.
So you had no input in the Zoe Pound book?
Nah, no input in that Zoe Pound Mafia book. That was written by a rat/imposter who had. He definitely didn't run with us, or you might have came around, and you know what I'm saying. And looking back in hindsight, you kind of seen the snake in the slime and dude. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was there. He had a hidden agenda all along. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much was like, just wait. But everybody to remove themselves out the equation, whether getting locked up or get killed. So he could come
narrate the story how he wanted to narrate it.
Yeah, you can't never rewrite history.
I love to say that.
You could have the name and the trademark and all that, but the legacy, that shit they'll stand. That shit they'll seal. Those who know. When you come down to the real Miami,
they know.
They know the real Zoe Pound.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now Vlad and all these other motherfuckers, they don't know. They ain't even from our culture. You know what I'm saying? So they don't know. It's easy to trick them out of a 50 rag, 30 or whatever they pay. It's easy to trick them out of a bag or a check. And they're a fool. You know what I'm saying? They motherfuckers jump for numbers.
So you're talking about these other podcasts that said that they have or I'm not going to say the real members of Zoe Pound, but interviewing individuals who are infiltrating as Zoe Pound members.
Exactly.
So these are not the real stories. So we actually right now we're listening to I know, bro. I know. But I'm talking to the viewers so they can understand. We're talking to Mack-A-Zoe, a founder, one of the origins of Zoe Pound amongst others, who's clarifying there was no leaders in Zoe Pound. This was a majority decision. This was not a gang. This was a band of brothers at one point who protected themselves from, as we call it, the Friday beatdowns of Haitians.
Protecting ourselves and our people,
you understand?
The respect.
And as we said, you got into the music game. You started knowing, brothers like Mac Man, Baby, Juvie, Turk, the Fugees, Wyclef, Bushwick. So we're talking about major artists from the 90s, mid-90s who had names. They would come to Miami and you all would give them hospitality, not extorting them as it's written, not taking chains. Yeah, listen.
They come across Bird, now I'm saying for the audience.
Okay.
You come across Birdman and Juvie and all of them, they gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying? They really was rocking with us. They really was fucking with us. It wasn't no squeeze.
Squeeze, not taking chains, and they don't say not taking chains from a young Lil Wayne and whatnot. We clarifying this right now.
Definitely was not us. Zoe Pound, real Zoe Pound, the official Zoe Pound, definitely had nothing to do with that burning no cars. And, like I always say, that's some broad shit, you know what I'm saying, to go fuck with a man car. Women used to do that, put sugar in a nigga tank, pay a motherfucker to burn a nigga car. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no man finna do that. If I got a problem with a man, I'm gonna go holler at him. You know what I'm saying? That car can't hit back. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah. But definitely, yeah, we was good with all these dudes we were dealing with. We wasn't extorting nobody. We was getting money with them. You know what I'm saying? We was, it was real love. You know what I'm saying? We go to New Orleans, they show us love. They get down here in Miami, we show them love. You feel me? It was always love. Oh,
Okay, so now, at what age did you actually caught this case?
I was 26, going on 27.
And like we said, prior to 26, 27, the largest amount of time you did incarcerate was in juvenile. Did any other major charge did you face or were alleged to do anything prior to this case here? Did you have any run-ins with the law that could have been PBL?
Yeah, I done had some charges that could have been PBL. I done had attempted murder before, robbery.
And you were charged with these, and
Yeah.
and were these charges, were you acquitted? Were they dismissed? Did you plea out? How did those charges go?
They were dismissed. They always was thrown out. This was the first time I ever had to go to trial on this case, yeah.
And how long did this trial last when you went to this trial?
What, 2-3 days?
2 or 3 days?
Yeah.
So it took 3 days for a jury to decide, not even a jury, because they don't even tell juries whether or not you're going to get a life sentence. That's another thing I think that is fairly wrong, you know, because you know, as you know, I have a nonprofit organization, and I go out and talk to politicians, and I explain to them, I'm like, you have a jury that's going to decide whether or not I'm guilty or not, but yet they don't know what the sentence is going to be.
The penalty is.
Yeah, they don't even know the penalty. So in their mind, they think they're going to find you guilty and you're going to get 2-3 years or slapped in the wrist, not knowing that you're going to get a life sentence.
Or maybe even 20 years, 15 years. You know, you can get back out and... You know,
but they don't know. The jury do not know what you are facing or what the judge is about to hand down, what is about to come down on you. So 2 to 3 days. It took 3 days that changed the last 22 years of your life.
Yeah.
So in 3 days, 3 days of testimony was equate to 22 years of your life, because you're doing this is your 22nd year or 23rd year, going on 23 years, correct?
Going on 23, correct.
And I want the youth to hear what I'm saying. 3 days. 3 days of trial. 3 days of trial.
Yeah.
Decided the next 23 years of your life.
Just that quick.
Just that. So how long did the jury deliberate?
Shit, 45 minutes, 30 minutes.
So they took 45 minutes. So the trial lasted 30 days.
You didn't even go through the evidence.
You can't. There's no way.
And then you got to remember, both of my witnesses that testified against me, okay, one of them the night of the incident, you know, he said it was me at trial. He said he never saw who shot him. And then you had another witness who couldn't even ID the shooters. But he come to trial, he facing the armed robbery in Broward. He got all type of charges. The state worked a deal out with him. And he 100% sure.
It's you. And we know, and we could talk about this because we have records on this, because we have a young man by the name of Blake. You know, Blake is one of the little homie. You know Blake. You know, he had an incident with Briscoe where Briscoe was facing a
salute to Blake.
Free Blake, man. But yeah, when Blake was facing an armed robbery charge, and they had Briscoe hemmed up with charges, and when at one point Briscoe didn't know if it was Blake, but at trial he definitely had a clear mind. Yeah. So it's like you say, and that's why we say it put people in compromised situation, because here's someone that probably got shot, probably got robbed, and clearly don't know who shot them, but the state is telling them, listen, you got these open charges over here. If you don't say it's that individual that shot you or robbed you.
These dudes got caught with a gun the night of the incident.
Wow.
So-called victim. So one of them, that's how they made him come back. Because when they found out the other one was saying, before they locked me up, they found out the other one was saying he didn't know who shot him. The other dude who couldn't ID the perpetrator, they told him, you know what I'm saying, if you don't come in and give us affidavit, man, we going to charge you with that gun you got caught with the night of the incident. You know what I'm saying? And he came in and never got charged with the gun. and they worked something out with him in Broward County. You know what I'm saying? This is something he admitted to on the affidavit. You know, they helped him out with his Broward County case. You know what I'm saying? Let him out on house arrest before I went to trial. He had fucked that up, got locked back up, and violated the house arrest. I mean, it was a whole lot of bullshit going on. That's why I feel like my case definitely need to get digged into. You know what I'm saying?
It need to be magnified.
Definite.
But like I said, I think it's politics to it. They know who you are, the influence, and
that's the key. That's the threat. The influence is the threat. You know what I'm saying? More than anything.
And we know that state, and when we do know now that state attorney office is corrupted. It's corrupted by with the Anthony Fells, the Lil Bo, putting Lil Bo in hotels, putting as you call it, Bill, Major, kill out of Opalaka, who's telling
some of their family members all that.
Yeah, so we know that and
with their girls,
and also with
justify all this shit going on.
And this is clear. This is not on, like I said, Michelle Borshow has this well documented.
Yeah.
This is a corrupted state attorney office.
The state admitted, the rats who testified on Bob and everybody else, they admitted, you know what I'm saying, to the shit that they did. So these are not allegations or shit we making up, you know what I'm saying?
And if you ain't know, if you didn't know, I know you know, but for those that didn't know, they just waived the death penalty on Bub, free Bub. But that don't wipe the slate. But like I said, that don't wipe the slate. We know that they lied, but your cure for that, your bandage for that is to remove the death penalty. Bub needs a new trial. He needs a new trial.
Charges, yeah, exactly.
He needs a new trial.
And how you gonna take him to trial when you got these same witnesses, the same witnesses
that are corrupted?
Death penalty phase, it was corrupted then. What you think is going? If you say the evidence is not strong enough to take them back on the death penalty, does that mean the evidence is not strong enough to even take them back to trial? You know what I'm saying?
Because it's the same evidence,
same witnesses,
same tainted witnesses.
Was manipulated, intimidated by Michael Van Zant, the prosecutor.
And Michael Van Zant, you quite know me for sure because me and my camp, we wrote a Florida bar complaint against him, and they warned him. And they warned him everything that he did not have integrity. And I have these paperwork. I have these things in black and white. Yeah. So I would tell the state attorney to leave me alone at this time because we do know how corrupted you all are over there. So as far as what can I ask, what are you doing right now while incarcerated? What are you doing with building your mental, building your spirituality, your emotions, your physicality? What do you do now?
I mean, I'm in here. Even when me and you were together, I'm always mentor the youth and try to give them something good for those that got an opportunity, even the ones who got a life sentence too, because, it's easy for a brother to lose hope.
Man, it is. It is.
So even the ones with a bid and the ones that's getting out soon, I continue to mentor them and try to prepare them so when they get back out in society, they don't get themselves caught back up in that jam. You know what I'm saying? You got to stray away from the streets, you know what I'm saying? Because definitely that's not what's happening. And, I'm just working on me. And like you asked me earlier, did I ever graduate? That's something I'm getting ready to also do as far as my GED.
Congrats, man.
I'm going to just knock that out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, listen, man. Like I said, you might not have the diploma, but you are very intellectual, my brother. You are very astute. You are one of the sharpest brother that I came across, man. That I really look up to, man. Amongst others that I've encountered in there.
Love ain't on you. You got people out here waiting on you. I've been breaking my back, trying to get that. They gon' act like we cool, but they weren't that. I was dealing with it all on my own. Breaking my back, trying to get that. They gon' act like we cool, but they weren't that. I was dealing with it all on my own. Breaking my heart again as you go. Again.